Well, it is true when they say there's cash in trash. A bank does just that, turning plastic waste to currency and empowering communities. To tell us more is the founder and chairman of Plastic Bank, David Katz. He's based in Vancouver, just arrived this morning in Manila, and joins us now this evening on The Final Word. David, great to have you with us.
Thank you, Rico. Beautiful to be here.
Tell us more about the Plastic Bank. How are you transforming plastics into a form of currency?
Well, let's live in the consideration that if every piece of packaging, every sachet, bottle, every piece of plastic that we ever saw was easily exchangeable, redeemable for $5, how many would we still see flowing into the ocean? No, the answer would be none. And so really, inside of that, we see it's not the plastic that's the problem, it's us. It's the way we've been viewing the material.
Yeah.
And inside of that lies the solution. We recognize as well that most plastic that is entering the ocean is coming from areas of poverty. 80% of land-based material is coming from those areas where there is no solid waste management system. We have conditions of poverty, and we have the conditions that keep us from recycling that material.
And how are you collecting all of this plastic? Especially the Philippines is a sachet and bottle economy.
It is. We empower local communities. Around the world, we have about 600 communities and vulnerable coastal communities that collect the material. We empower individual collectors to collect and exchange that material as a currency. Collect material, and through a blockchain-based banking application, exchange it for the things you need the most, from hard currency, provide a space for school tuition or medical insurance or cell phone minutes or Wi-Fi, cooking fuel in some areas, immediately transactable through a banking application. And long term, that person who lives in poverty, who's never had the ability to borrow money, has the ability to earn a credit score or a reliability rating so they can immediately borrow against the material that they've collected, banking the unbanked using plastic and other materials as a currency.
And how much and how many of the local communities here are using the application?
There's a lot of room to grow. We have over 200 communities here.
We may have a lot of smartphones,
yes,
but using the application to their advantage to benefit the marginalized communities is still a problem.
It is a problem. There are some conditions that we can address there too. But we have just around 7,000 local members, just under 8,000 local members collecting currently in 200 different communities. We've collected almost 1 billion bottles of the equivalent, just under 20 million kilograms of material have been collected by that community here in the Philippines. And much of that being returned into the circular economy. I think it's important to communicate that there are great partners of ours that buy the material that we're collecting to return to manufacturing. This needs to be a solution, not a Band-Aid.
And of course, it's not only a partnership with the communities, with the coastal communities, but also with the companies that manufacture this plastic, David.
It needs to be. It's true. Last year, the Philippines enacted the EPR law, initiating a process for companies with more than 100 million pesos in assets. The responsibility to be stewards of the material they're putting in the environment, creating the schemes, the needed programs to ensure recyclability of the material and the return of the material as well. Those companies like Coca-Cola, one of our partners, or Watson's, or Falusa here in the Philippines, partnering with us to create the ecosystems, to build the communities, to collect more members in the collection.
You have all these multinational companies.
We do.
They're doing their part. But what about education? Promoting the plastic bank, and for people to really turn in those sachets, those plastic bottles, and turn them into currencies and give them back to the community. This has to be done. You really need, you may have the laws, but you need a political will to be able to invest and implement.
We see the Philippine government having the political will to make change today, recognizing that it needs to occur. Part of our programming includes schools where we teach children to teach their parents. And the school becomes a collection location as well. So instead of looking at the material as waste or throwing it in the river, they're encouraged to bring it to the school. And the child can learn as well that by stewarding the environment, poverty can leave the family. Education is a profound need in all of this.
And I see that from Manila, you head to Indonesia, which is also a sachet and plastics bottle economy. How does the Philippines stack up against our Southeast Asian neighbors in pulling together these resources and helping our marginalized brothers and sisters?
More needs to be done more quickly, it's true. And in relation, I think the Philippines is beginning to pull their weight. Over 60 billion sachets sold and consumed in the Philippines last year alone. Lots of challenges with that material because it is a multi-layer and really created for marketing purposes. Now we understand the importance of providing small price point materials for the population, but different ways of providing that has to occur as well.
What about individuals like myself and our viewers of The Final Word who want to help and give back? What can we do? What can be our responsibility?
I think the responsibility ultimately lies in the consuming behavior. Because every time you buy something, you vote for it. And if you're buying for something that is overpackaged or unneeded, or you take a piece of plastic that is used for a second, you're ultimately voting for that to be produced again and again. So I think it begins quickly with the knowing that you as a consumer are a part of either the solution or the pollution.
But of course, David, everybody wants something back. Everybody wants an incentive.
Yes.
What could be the incentive for me, for other individuals out there, and for companies and groups?
For the humble Filipino community, it provides an opportunity for banking. It provides an opportunity for financial inclusion, for loans, for credit worthiness, for the ability to be included in a national health care program. It includes the opportunity to receive a critical illness insurance. So if something happens to the breadwinner of the home, the family is still taken care of and not left destitute. There are many benefits for the individual to be involved in Plastic Bank, and we would encourage people to find us online and to register as well.
All right, make a plea to our Filipino viewers out there to be able to transform their trash, their plastic trash, into a form of currency and help our marginalized brothers and sisters.
Recognizing that the material is worth. It's an opportunity for your brothers and sisters to transcend poverty by using that material as a value, as a currency. Recognize the value in that material and participate in being a part of the solution. Together, we can lift each other and create a world that has no waste.
All right. Can you give us the website address of Plastic Bank and the application?
Plastic Bank, plasticbank.com. Certainly find us in all the social media outlets. Come to plasticbank.com, register there, be a part of the community, and certainly find us as the application in the App Store as just Plastic Bank.
Thank you so much for being an
Thank you very
inspiration.
much. Thank you.
David Katz, founder and CEO of Plastic Bank.